Hey guys, so my most recent suggestion for a video topic is what my advice is for people who are new to video marketing, vlogging, and people who are a little bit too afraid to do it. Maybe they're shy or they don't really know how. So first of all, a lot of people think that you have to have a bunch of fancy equipment or you have to have a really good camera, a film studio, and all of this stuff, and you really don't. Truthfully, right now I'm using an iPhone 6. That's the kind of phone I have, so that's what I've been using. It actually works really well. Apple makes really good quality stuff, so obviously. But if you don't have a smartphone that you can use, I recommend getting an external camera for your laptop or computer. So this is the one that I have. It's really good quality. Another thing you can do is, if you don't want to do that, then you can get a camera. This is if your budget is a little bit bigger, if you have a larger budget. My recommendation on a camera is Canon. Definitely get either a Canon or a Kodak. Those two are some of the best ones that I've worked with. A lot of my friends who are photographers use Canon. It works really well. I like them a lot. Another thing is, more so than having good quality, most people aren't going to care if you don't look like you're fresh out of a movie scene. So, more so than that, they want good quality of what you're saying rather than how things look. So, as long as they can hear you anyway. So, if you don't really know how to react with a camera or you're not really sure what to do, that's okay because it's really pretty simple, honestly. Instead of thinking about the camera as it's recording you and then you're putting this out for the whole world to judge you, don't do that. Sometimes I tend to do that, but think of it more as you're talking to a specific audience. Right now, as I'm filming this, I'm not thinking about it being just recorded and then sent out. I'm thinking about talking to a specific audience as a whole, and I'm just talking into the camera like I would if I were talking to a person. And that really helps a lot. So take the pressure off yourself by thinking more of how much value can I give them. You know, I want to make sure that they get the best quality out of this, that they get value from what I'm saying, and that takes the pressure off you, so you're not thinking, what are they going to think about me? What if I cough? Or what if, I blink too much? A lot of those silly little thoughts kind of fade out once you start focusing more on them rather than yourself. Now, some of you aren't going to like me for saying that, but that's true. And I'm certainly not the one that came up with that. I learned that from one of my mentors. Another thing is, what you can do is to make this a lot smoother on yourself is don't necessarily script everything, but have a little plan, like write out or type some basic notes for yourself, like if you're doing a video on I don't know, cake, write out the main points so that you can remember to hit those points so you don't end up being scrambled or going back over one that you already mentioned before, or that you end up missing one that's really important. Another thing is time. It might take you a little bit to get your flow, but sometimes I can spend up to an hour just trying to film one video. I try to get the best out that I can. Sometimes that's not always possible. Sometimes I make mistakes and I have to refilm again. Sometimes if I'm outside, weather doesn't always work out, or location, sometimes my phone dies. And, if you want to be really well at this, if you want to do really well at this, then you're going to have some issues because obviously you want things to be really good. And, I don't recommend that anyone ever do this, but my older videos are atrocious. So I don't recommend that anyone ever watch those, but they're there, and they're awful. And so if you look at those then, and then compare them to now, apparently I've been told that I've been doing better. So you get better at it, and as long as you just be natural, keep practicing, you'll do pretty well. But no, you don't need a bunch of fancy equipment to start making videos. You don't really need to pretend like you're someone you're not either. Just be open and natural. People will really appreciate honesty. So, again, just make sure that you have some sort of recording device, whether it's a phone, your laptop, or a camera. Make sure that you have one that at least has good audio above all of those other fancy things. Audio is really important. Make sure that you're not focusing so much on yourself, or you're not thinking about you're just being recorded, but you're giving value to your audience. And remember to keep a pretty good plan about what you want to talk about before you start filming. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you have any other video suggestions for me, that would be awesome. I'd really like to help you out. So, speak soon.